you stand with us. We've got Shannon Whitfield here, who's been running seem like forever campaign. It's a long time till November. Shannon Whitfield's a Republican candidate for Walker County Commissioner. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here with y'all today.
How's it going?
It's going good. You're right. It has been a lengthy campaign. We actually started with our kickoff meeting back last November.
Wow.
I think it was November the 12th that we had our kickoff event down at the Civic Center.
So you're going to be doing it for a year.
Yes, going to be right on top of a year. Yeah. Absolutely right. So, but it's been a lot of fun. That's the thing that I tell people that's probably been the biggest surprise that I've had is how much fun and enjoyment it has really been through this process. And, everybody talks about, we've met a lot of good people and things, and you really do. But I've just really had a lot of fun. It's not been stressful or overwhelming or anything like maybe I thought it would have been on the front end, but I've had a good time with it.
Have they got any debates between you three scheduled?
Well, not anything that I've been approached with other than Judy had mentioned back during the primary season that she hoped to be able to do one year.
Right before election.
Yeah. Now that we know that there are three of us running, so that ought to make for an interesting debate. So, looking forward to that. So we got to get those dates set.
So I guess somebody has to get 50 plus 1?
That's my understanding. So, we've got the potential with three candidates that there could be a runoff, I guess. So that is a possibility.
I thought it was just who gets the most votes.
No, I think you've got to have 50 plus 1. Because just like what happened in Catoosa County with the tax commissioner's race and their runoff, you've got to have that 50 plus 1.
Yeah.
So.
I live in Walker County, and are you considering any changes, or what can you do for me as a person in Walker County?
Well, the biggest thing that we've got to do is we've got to get our finances under control. That's the thing that's strangling our county right now is our out-of-control spending and our debt load. And so that really is the pivot point for everything. That's the linchpin for everything that our county deals with, because to be able to provide more services or enhance the services, it takes money, unfortunately. And so we've got to go in and get a balanced budget, and that's one of the things that this county hasn't had in some time. Our commissioner keeps having to do these TAN loans. That's one thing that's happened since the last time I've been here is our commissioners put us an additional $5 million in debt by doing another TAN. So we're just increasing.
Doing another one?
A TAN, a tax anticipation loan.
Okay.
So that's a short-term lending. I like to call it the payday lending for governments, where they can go and get short-term money at high interest rates. And so, to you and I, 4.25% interest rate sounds low. And you would think, wow, that's a great rate. But even Chattooga County, as small as they are, but they have a healthier financial position than we do here in Walker County. They're only paying a little over 2%. So they're less than half. I saw in the online here a few weeks ago down in, it was either Whitfield County or the city of Dalton. I think it was Whitfield County. They had done a small TAN, and they were under 1%. So it all goes back to that credit rating. If you don't have a favorable credit rating, which we do not have in Walker County, they're going to rate you up. You become a high risk. And so the traditional lenders, your local banks, are not able to lend to you because they have pretty strict requirements with the FDIC. And they have their board and their processes, and they have to be they have to apply those guidelines fairly and equally to all their customers. And so that's why they're having to go to these high-risk lenders, and we're getting rated up at least double or more over what we should be paying for that short-term money.
What was that loan for?
My understanding is just to cover the operational expenses of the county to try to get us through the end of the year. And so technically what you do with a TAN is you're borrowing against the money for your next year's operating budget. So basically, Ms. Haskell has borrowed $5 million against the budget of 2017, when that money comes in for the operations of the county for the next 12 months into 2017. So you're actually pre-spending money that you don't have yet. And so my understanding, those are used to cover day-to-day expenses, your payroll, your utilities, and things of those nature.
We got a caller. You want to talk to Shannon?
Well, I was going to tell you, the reason they have them runoffs because it's primary. I don't think they do that in Georgia in the general election. I think it's whoever gets the most votes.
I don't know.
What did he say?
It says that he thought the runoffs were only in the primaries, that the general election would be just whoever got the most votes.
That's not true. The state of Georgia has allowed for runoffs for the December the 2nd, and even January for federal and
He's
state
talking about
offices.
50 plus 1. He just says whoever got the most votes.
Yeah, he seems to think, the caller seems to think possibly that you wouldn't have a runoff scenario.
Yeah.
I think the election office told me whoever gets the most votes, but
Right.
I'll check about that.
You think it is the most votes, or you think you got to have 50 plus 1?
It's
I don't
whoever gets the most votes, not 50 plus 1.
Okay, well, I may be mistaken then. Yeah, okay.
What I think too, is I ain't
Okay.
never, because there've been other races in Georgia kept up with those years, and they had 3 running, one that got the lowest one.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Okay.
I'll check into that a little further.
I could be wrong now, but it might change. They change stuff all the time.
Greg, that's very true. Yes.
Well, hey, y'all have a good day.
Hey, thank you for calling.
Have you got any proposals for the legislature concerning Walker County, if you're elected?
Well, since I was here on the morning show last, we had the primary election, and one of the things that was on there that's probably the biggest issue facing our local legislative delegation as far as local legislation is the people of the county voted to move forward with a board of commissioners. And so that's going to be a big job. There's going to have to be a lot of thought put into that because just like John Deffenbaugh mentioned at the Republican Party meeting earlier this month, there's a lot of different options on a board of commissioners. Just here locally, Catoosa County has one form of government where they have 5 part-time commissioners and a county manager, and then you have Dade County who has what they refer to as an executor, and he's voted on now, and then he has 4 part-time commissioners as well. And there's some other forms across the state, and he indicated he thought there was maybe as many as 8 to 10 different forms of government.
Didn't know that.
Options in the state of Georgia that you can go to a multi-board. So that's probably the biggest thing on the plate that the citizens want to have. And I thought that was a very clear message that the voters made in May, is they want Shannon Whitfield to be the last sole commissioner of Walker County, and then by November 2020 to vote on a board of commissioners to actually seat that body to take office January of 2021. So that's going to be it's going to take that much time to get that done because there's a lot of detail.
If you can have more than 5 or less than 5, or is 5 got to be it?
I would think you could have more.
You can have as many as you want. That
Yeah,
you
I
lay
think
it out.
you can. I think you can lay it out as long as you get your legislative delegation to